Here's one for you, Ray, and I'm just thinking, what if, I know it's not going to happen, but what if Phil Foden and Grealish said, okay, fine, we don't think we've done too much wrong, we're off. End of the season, we're off. What does Pep do then?
Would they say that, Al? I don't think they'd say that.
Well, what if they did? What would Pep do?
Well, you got to look at it and say, wait a minute, they probably was in the wrong what they did. You can't be, as a footballer now, Al, you can't be doing... Well, if you do go out, you've got to make sure if you're training next morning, you're on the ball, you're ready to go, and you think, well, you know, I've had a night out, but I can still go. And what do they get up to when they go out? I don't know what footballers get up to now.
That's where we don't know.
Because they might be drinking water. They might
well,
I don't know.
Ray, what we did read was
it's more down the COVID line.
Yeah,
isn't it?
well, this is hearsay. They said they were no fit state the next day in training, but were they coming in to train? Were they coming in just for a chill out? That's what we don't know. I don't think
Pep Guardiola would have had a problem if we wasn't in what we're going through at the moment, this pandemic. I think that he's trying to protect the players, because you can still get COVID if you've had double jabs. It doesn't matter. So he's trying to protect the Man City community, which is the masseurs, the coaches, all the other players, because if they're mixing with other people and they suddenly get it and then suddenly it spreads around Man City, I think he's got more of a problem with that than the two guys going out. If it was a normal...
I agree, Ray, but the point I'm making is, look, we don't know how bad it was, or was it much about nothing. But what I do know is two great young players.
Yeah.
And, you know, that would be a huge blow, in my opinion, if City were to lose them. That's all. Two top young players.
Why would they want to leave Manchester City out?
There's a lot of things happening in football I don't understand, Ray. Suddenly they go to Barcelona, they go to Real Madrid.
Why would you want to go to Barcelona? Well, you've got more chance of winning Champions League at Man City than Barcelona.
Yeah, but maybe they feel that change. Maybe they think, okay.
But a bit of nice weather. That's what you're more or less saying.
No, I'm not saying. Barcelona, Ray, pedigree is way above Manchester City. So don't worry about that.
Yeah, but of course it's a bigger club. But what chance have you got of winning the trophies more? Is it Man City or Barcelona? Not
in the next season or two, but who knows what they're going to do? They're they're spending 1.3 billion, aren't they, on a new stadium? So they find money. It's like Real Madrid were meant to be skint, and what happens? Bang!
It's a manager.
They find money.
It's a manager, Al, putting his foot down, saying, "Look, you can't do this." Imagine Sir Alex Ferguson. What he would have done. He would have done exactly the same thing. And you respect.
All I'm doing
it's all
is
about
Christmas
respect.
Eve is throwing a hand grenade in and saying, what if their agents were to say, fine, my players don't feel they had a day off, they were to come in and just warm down. They went out, they only had a couple of drinks, or they had one drink. Who knows? They might not have had a drink. I don't know.
No, but Al, you're missing the point. I think Pep Guardiola wouldn't have had a problem if he wasn't going for what we're going through. We know, look at all the football matches being called off.
With a great respect, I didn't read that anywhere. I read they were no fit state. Now, if that is the case, and they were hammered, then fine. Then Pep's every right to say you can't do that to your body. Do you know what I mean? But I didn't read you can't go out because we're in a pandemic. I didn't read that. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Well, I think he was more or less going down that line now, protecting people, other players, and you know, just having that responsibility as a player that if you suddenly just carrying the virus and you get it, which is very, well, we've seen how quickly it develops, then you're going to give it to all the other players and we're going to miss games, training grounds going to be closed down and all that sort of stuff. I think that's the reason I think he got the hump a little bit, Pep Guardiola, with his players mixing in places where you just be sensible at this time, because a normal year out when we ain't going through this, then I'm sure he wouldn't have had a problem with the guys.
I just don't think he likes people going out. But at the end of the day, you know, they're athletes, and that might be his rule of thumb. He says, listen, you know, I expect you in brilliant shape every single day of the year. You shouldn't be going out anywhere and socialising. If that's the case, fine. So, I don't think we know enough about it. No. I'm just thinking they're two great young players, and
you need a night out as well. I mean, I don't agree with that. You know, saying, well, you can't go out, you can't do this, can't do that. I think you need a release sometimes from football, and you need to like let your hair down and go and enjoy yourself. And I don't think that hurts at all, Al, if I'm being honest. But I just think circumstances, that's where Pep Guardiola was saying, look, come on, lads, you can't be doing this. You can't. You know you're going to be in the papers the next day. It's not good for the club. It's not good if there's games being called off and you're mixing in the wrong areas. And that's what I think he was coming across a little bit more than going out and enjoying himself.
Fine words from Professor Party Parlour.
I'll be out later, though. I'm allowed out, though. That's the main thing.
Be wary.
Breakfast with Alan Brazil. Thursday and Friday morning, 6 till 10. On AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.